Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today's phrase is me time. Me time. And that's when you take some time to recharge your batteries, some time for yourself. Let's begin with a few examples. Are you doing anything nice next week on your holiday? No, I'm just taking some me time, some time for myself. I've agreed with my boss I'll take tomorrow off. I just need some me time. Susan, would you like to meet for a coffee tonight after work? Oh, I'd love to, but I can't. I've been out every night this week and I need to take some me time today. Me time, time for myself. Now, we're talking about this because of a news report that came out today as the result of a survey. And it says the typical British person only gets 46 minutes of time to themselves a day. It says me time is a rarity for most, with work taking up 56%, chores, shopping, and housework 57%, and admin 30% being the main barriers to people taking me time. Now, you can hear as a noun there, I'm using me time. The me time I am taking, okay? And it's hyphenated, me time, or it's put in apostrophes and inverted commas. Half the people in this survey claimed the only time they get to themselves is when they go to bed. 30% consider trips to the bathroom as free time, and 36% of British people admit they have no idea what to do with themselves when they do get free time or me time. A spokesperson for the people who organized the survey, which is 888 Casino, said me time seems to be scarce at the moment, thanks to many factors. Scarce just means not really available or in short supply. Speaking of things being scarce, I'm still trying to find bananas in the supermarkets. They're incredibly scarce right now. I can't find them anywhere, and I don't know why. They keep telling me it's not because of Brexit, it's just because of the logistics of moving food around after Brexit and COVID. So, yes. But anyway, getting back to this idea of me time, I don't think the problem is actually time itself. I think it's because British people, many of us Brits, are very uncomfortable doing nothing. We're not comfortable with silence, and you know that. We've been talking a lot about using fillers when we talk about accent reduction and presentation. And I think many of us just aren't good being left alone with ourselves. It's something which is very troubling for many people to have to face the raw reality that they must alone and only alone take responsibility for their feelings and actions. Now, I know many people who go into bad relationships just because they don't want to be alone. Many people make decisions to fill their time with everything. That could be work, it could be family, it could be anything to avoid having free time when they might need to discover something more about their personalities. Now, British people are infamous for this. We are able to detach ourselves and put ourselves into work or family or things while we are very, very busy. And then we complain, oh, I don't have any free time. I don't have any me time. But it's said proudly. It's said in a way, well, of course, I'm just too busy, so I wouldn't be able to do that. And they defend it. And it's very sad. I know a few people, and I'm thinking of one in particular. She can't relax at all. Everything emotionally or everything emotional is pushed outwards. Everything emotionally is pushed outwards, or everything emotional, comma, is pushed outward. And it's very sad. This person gets up in the morning and she just immediately starts doing housework. Then she'll take the dogs out and then she'll find something else to do and another thing and another thing and another thing. And nothing stops. It's like a nervous energy. Now, there's many reasons why British people are like this. I think one of the main ones is the fact that more and more Brits now are single and they're faced only with themselves. And that is a very troubling feature. Other reasons might be because of alcohol intake. Children of people who've been drinking too much often show signs of anxiety and don't look after themselves properly. And of course, there are those who drink a lot at night time and then they feel bad about that. So they get up the next day and they use a lot of nervous energy to try to compensate. And that's something which is very common amongst drinkers, where they compensate their time for the time that they lost drinking. So if they spend 3 hours hard drinking one night, binge drinking, then they'll get up at 6 a.m. the next day and completely turn the house upside down as a way to make up for the lost time. And that's a cycle which often continues. Those are a few reasons why we don't allow ourselves to have me time here in the UK. And I think for many people, they just don't know how to have me time because they don't know enough about themselves or their personalities. They haven't allowed themselves to grow. We learn about ourselves by taking time out, about what we enjoy, what we don't enjoy. But I think here, by the time people reach age 30, they become rather closed to new ideas. Their minds are a little bit shut. Part of that, I think, may be because of the gender difference. In the UK, we have a very strong traditional view of gender, about how men should behave and how women should behave. And in fact, I bought a magazine a few days ago called Mindfulness for Men, and I was quite shocked to read about the stereotypes which still exist here about the behavior of men and women. And the book was saying that many men would feel very threatened and intimidated walking into a woman only space. What that means is if, let's say, a man and a woman, a couple, have a new baby and they go to visit other women with babies. Let's say they go to visit a clinic where there's new mothers, or they go to visit some kind of social place where there's lots of new mothers. Apparently, according to what I was reading, men would be very intimidated by that. They wouldn't feel comfortable at all. And mindfulness for men is a technique that they can use to relax and realize that it doesn't have to be threatening to their gender. Now, this came as a complete shock to me because um, I'll go anywhere for a nice cup of tea. I don't care who's there, man, woman, or beast. If they're giving me cake and tea, I'll be there. But for many men, British men particularly, they wouldn't be able just to walk into a room, for example, full of women. And I think that's sad, really. So you can hear from these examples that I've been telling you about different people that I know that me time is not something that we do naturally. Yeah, so it's very sad that I think, but younger people are probably better at it now than we were before. Um, when I was a young man, we were just sent to work. Work was considered to be the most important thing you could do. It was good for your mental health. It was good for your discipline. Work was everything, and it didn't matter what the work was. It got you into a routine, it got you mixing with people. But I think now younger people are left with a lot of free time that they really don't want and they're not comfortable with. So they fill it doing things to make themselves very busy. And when you're very busy, you don't have to face that emptiness, especially when people around you are rushing to do other things. Now, there's great lessons in this. I'm not sure what it's like in your country, but here, British people do need to learn how to chill more. To chill just means to relax. To take a chill pill is what we often say to stressed people. We say, hey, take a chill pill, calm down. It doesn't mean take medication or drugs. It's just a phrase we use to say, hey, calm down. It's okay, you know. It's okay to feel the way you do. So yes, it seems that me time is severely lacking amongst British people. I must admit, I do get really annoyed. There is another friend that I know. Every time I meet with this person, uh, she arranges our meetings 1 month in advance. So we meet, we talk, we have coffee and cake, and a delicious cake, actually, now that I think of it. Yeah, I had this lovely sugar-free cake. But anyway, we meet in the cafe, and at the end of our meeting, she says, always, wow, let's see when we can meet again. And then she starts looking at her calendar 2 months in advance, and she mentions the date and time. Oh, I could meet you on May 24th at 10 a.m. How does that sound? And I'm thinking, is your life really so busy and so organized that you can't just call me the week before and say, would you like to meet? It's so dry and unemotional. It's quite frightening when people do that. It's like booking a doctor's appointment. There's nothing spontaneous about it. And I love spontaneous meetings, meeting people in the street and saying, would you like a coffee? But yeah, for some people, they can't do that. And I suspect it's not because they're too busy, it's quite the opposite. It's because they want to show that they're very busy so that they don't have to face time alone. Because, of course, this person also likes to drink a lot and everything else. So there's all kinds of reasons, but I don't think for British people time is the problem. I think it's being quiet enough to know what we want to do at a particular moment and doing it. Anyway, women are much better at this than men are anyway, I think. But that gives you a little glimpse into the minds of British people. I think there's a lot of insecurities there. And when you come to a country which is built up with all these stereotypes and everything else, it's no surprise that they don't allow themselves me time because it could be quite threatening to what they've built their life upon. For English learners or English people learning a second language, it's the same thing. They don't allow themselves to do it for fear that someone might judge them, that someone might tell them it's the wrong thing to do, that someone might laugh at them. There's all kinds of things which stop British people moving on. There's a lot of insecurity there. So, anyway, this has been all about me time. So, I hope you've enjoyed this. Remember, me time is very important. And if you are male and you're looking for a good magazine, yeah, I uh, I found this one in my magazine list on an app I use called Redly. Redly is an English magazine subscription service, and it has loads of magazines there that you can choose to read, and you pay a monthly subscription for it. I think it's about £12. Not only in English, I think they have Spanish magazines, Swedish magazines as well, which is a little bit strange. Maybe it's a Swedish company, I don't know. But yeah, have a look. You might find something that you like. It offers a free trial, Redly, so you could always sign up for a month and then just cancel it. That's what I do sometimes. You know, I sign up for it. Then the next day I cancel my subscription, but I still have the month to use. And in there's this magazine called Mindfulness for Men. Uh, yeah, you can buy it in newsagents as well. It's the first edition. Lovely magazine, I have to say. It has a picture on the front of a young black guy looking really, really happy. It's a nice magazine. Yeah, it has lots of questions in it that make you think about how you spend your time. Well, that's, excuse me, that's it from me for today. I hope you've enjoyed this, and let's talk again soon. And remember, take some me time today and just unwind. See you. Bye.